Hi everyone, I am in Abu Dhabi today and I am honored to meet with Belgian Navy Rear Admiral Flamant, the commander of Operation Agenor. Rear Admiral, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you so much for your time for meeting us.
My pleasure.
Can you please first tell us about your background?
Well, as you said, I'm a Belgian Navy Rear Admiral. I have been sailing around 9 years on board of ships, mine countermeasure vessels. I've been commanding a mine hunter. I was here in the region years ago. I started, in fact, my operational career here in the Gulf, and I'm closing the loop now and being now force commander of Agenor again in this region. I've also been commanding a frigate before. Working in the MOD to write the strategic vision for the Belgian defense. Mainly that's it.
All right. So now you're force commander for Operation Agenor. What is Operation Agenor?
Well, so Operation Agenor is, I would say, the military pillar of European initiative, which was launched by France 3 years ago. The aim of Operation Agenor is to address or to contribute to the security and the freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz and surroundings. Agenor, quite funnily, is coming from the Greek mythology. In fact, Agenor is the son of Poseidon, king of the sea and protector of the seafarers. Agenor had also one daughter called Europa, and so I think there is no better name for an European initiative to contribute to the safety of navigation here in the Strait of Hormuz and surroundings.
So you recently took command of Operation Agenor. How many assets do you currently have, and how many sailors or nationalities fall under your command?
So I have a force headquarters with people from 7 different nations here located in Abu Dhabi, and then I have naval and air assets I would say at my disposal coming from these nations. It's usually 1 to 2 frigate type surface vessels, 1 maritime patrol aircraft, and then 1 drone.
So currently you have 2 surface ships and 2 aircraft, basically.
Yes, right now we have the French frigate Guéprat and the Italian frigate Bergamini at my disposal, and then a French Atlantique 2 who is also operating here from the Emirates.
What's the most challenging aspect of the operation?
Well, the most challenging aspects, it's a challenge but also a richness. I'm Belgian, I know what it is to work with different languages. We have 3 national languages in Belgium. Here we have 7 countries, so different language but also different expertise and knowledge. And so we bring this all together in our FHQ, and I consider this as a richness. But indeed, it can be also sometimes a challenge.
Last but not least, there's a similar operation, as I understand, called Operation Sentinel by AMSC. Is there any kind of relationships or link between Operation Agenor and Sentinel?
Well, it's good you mention IMSC, or I would say the Operation Sentinel. There are several I would say security actors busy in the region. So you don't have only Agenor and Sentinel, but you also have Operation Atalanta, an EU operation. You have CMF, Combined Maritime Force here. You have some independent deployers, as we call them, like South Korea or India, work in the region. And to come back on IMSC, yes, we have contacts, and not later than yesterday I had my regular meeting with, I would say virtual meeting with the force commander of Sentinel, and we have a good coordination, and that's going quite well, I have to say. And the main purpose also being to deconflict, as we both have assets here in the region. But the final aim of all these operations is the same: is to safeguard the sea lines of communication and What is maybe very important to add for us is the fact that Europe is has very strategic interest here, economical interest, by maintaining free sea lines of communications. And when you look to the EMASOH countries, you see that nearly the whole coast of Europe is being dealt by the EMASOH nations. We are exporting as EU around 70 billion euro towards the GCC nations, and we import around 40 billion of euro. When you look then to the share of the maritime trade, this is quite huge. So for the export, it's around 40% going via the sea. Of course, not only via the Strait of Hormuz, but also via the Red Sea. And for the export from GCC towards Europe, it's 90%. So I think that is making very clear that we have an interest here in contributing to that safety of navigation.
Very well, Admiral. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.